Before watching this part of Calypso's story, I highly suggest checking out the Call of Calypso as well as the Curse of Calypso. Have you been enjoying the story so far? I think I would enjoy it a lot more if you'd stop ending them in cliffhangers. Now where's the fun in that? It keeps you wanting more, does it not? Once again, good point. Now can you finally finish this story? Gladly. But once it's done, I don't want any complaining. Do you understand? When Calypso had discovered that part of her soul was stolen, she immediately set sail to hunt down Syra. At one point, Calypso began to feel overwhelmed because she didn't know where she would find a siren in a sea so deep and wide. The siren of the seven seas could be hiding anywhere, and she wasn't bound to show her face, but someone else was. You missed. I never miss what I'm aiming for. What the hell do you want? I wanted to apologize. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you that mountain was Syrath's lair, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you she was my mother. Calypso couldn't begin to understand the situation that was at hand, so she had no choice but to listen to what Razalith had to say. Why didn't you tell me? It's a long story. I'm not sure if you'll want to listen. I'm not getting anywhere near close to finding your mother, so I don't see why not. I know it sounds foolish, but I didn't tell you because I'm scared of Syra. Her punishments are far more sinister than anyone could ever imagine. If I didn't obey her commands, if I didn't do what she told me, I don't know what she would have done. Do you remember how I said that fate brings the worst to the best sometimes? I shared that with you because I too had to learn that. The hard way. I was cast by a spell that Syrath had conjured. I wasn't born or created by blood magic. I'm a dark enchantment that Syrath had conjured in order to carry out her dirty work. That being said, there's something you need to know, and it's better that you hear it from me. Go on. I know so much about Gaia, not because of what the Fae know, but because Gaia's the one that raised me. She's more of a mother than Syrath would ever be. I am a living, breathing curse. Gaia took care of me while Syrath left me to rot, until she needed me for something. I thought it was said gods are not to interfere with fate. Yes. But my fate wasn't to be a monster. In order for Syrath to create another version of her, in order to create a monster, she needed two things: blood and dark magic. Magic she already obtained, but in order for the enchantment to work, she needed the blood of what she could never be. Human. I don't know why that was the only way for the damn curse to work. But as we all learn, magic works in mysterious ways. I'm sure there's more to it, but there's only so much that I could be told that Gaia knew. Mate, whose human blood did she need? Did she kill someone for it? That's why she killed your mother. If it wasn't going to be Theron's blood, it was going to be Arya's. And the worst part is that nobody had to die. The Syrath killed her out of jealousy and spite. Human blood. That's how she ignited my curse. I was terrified to tell you after everything I did to help her. I didn't know how to tell you, and at any moment Syrath could... Does my mother's blood run in you? No. It would be quite the curse to have someone like me as family. I'm just a mutated creature. I don't live or breathe like the ordinary Fae. Now after everything she's learned, and after every adventure Calypso's been on so far, she's finally learned something. She's learned that not everywhere she walks, or Not everywhere she sails will she find pain, and she will never let that darkness take hold of her. I think your fate was not only to have a pirate as a sister, but to help her fight against the monster that stole her soul and your life. I'm so sorry, Calypso. You don't have to apologize. But I know it'll eat you on the inside if you don't. So I forgive you. Besides, it makes life a lot more interesting having a serpent as a sister. I can say the same thing about a pirate. Do you know where Syrath could be? And how to cure this curse? I'm not sure. Syrath always made sure that I would never hear how her curses can be lifted. All I know is when it's too late to cure them. If we don't defeat her in time, she'll take the rest of your soul. You will die. And then she'll take over the sea. Your life is far more valuable to me than the seas. Before they knew it, the ghoul appeared and reached for the helm. She wants to lead us somewhere. Do you know where we must go? Alright. But if you crash or run us into another monster that wishes to kill us, I swear I'll figure it out later. Different day, same old Calypso. In the night, the ghoul led the small crew into unknown waters. Waters Calypso had never sailed before. Where does she lead us? This is the Eastern Sea. Why does it feel so strange? Hold on, I'll be right back. Razalith dove into the water, diving deep under the sea. She felt a presence that was familiar, but she couldn't figure out what it was until she searched. Then from deep under the water, Razalith heard something sing, and with much excitement she dove out of the water and landed right back on the ship. I knew it! I knew it! Knew what? What did you see down there? Nothing. Then why are you bouncing around like a damn bunny? Because I heard something. I'm doomed. No. Hold on. I've heard stories of this. And as we all know, any story told by the Fae is history. How does it go? Ku uva ale atalius. Now what kind of magical gibberish was that? It's not gibberish. I'm calling for someone. Who the hell would be out here? Gaia? I'm pretty sure I could call her name right now and she'd come running up to us like a little puppy. I'm calling upon a titan. A titan? Before they knew it, a great being sprung out of the water, carrying a trident that radiated with incredible power. Oh, a titan. I am Nataladia, the Titan of the Seven Seas. For what reason do you summon me, child? We need your help to fight against Syrath and break the curse she has on Calypso. I'm afraid you have no idea what you're up against. What do you mean? We've witnessed her power. Surely there's something we can do. Tell me something, Calypso. Of all the adventures you've been on, have you ever witnessed the true wrath of the siren? I've not. Syrath was supposed to stand by my side as a titan, but she turned her back on Gaia and I. The form you see is a mere mask of what she truly is. A monster. Within the cursed current she harbors a weapon, a great beast known as the Tident. A monster made of all dark sea matter forged by her poisonous magic. What's the cursed current? It's a black sea polluted by dark magic. It's where Syrath lives. It's also where I was created and where I grew up. Are such unknown forces something you're ready to face? It didn't take long for Calypso to form an answer. No matter the disaster or storm to face, she was going to take it head on. No monster could stop her from setting everything right. She can raise a monster from each of the seven seas and I will face them all, whether I have power or not. My destiny is to ensure that she never rises from the sea ever again, and if I lose my life in the process, so be it. I fought for my father and his crew, Now it's about time I fight for myself. Then it's settled. I will tell you how to defeat the Syren and her Tident. As Delana Moon took her place in the starlit sky, Nataladia stayed with the small crew to tell them how to defeat Syrath. The only thing that can kill Syrath is herself. Huh? As you all know, Syrath's body is coated in poison, but that poison is only effective when pierced into the body of her victims. Syrath's body produces poisonous quills, but once they're plucked from her body, they can be used as spears, arrows, daggers, and more. But the only way to defeat Syrath is by stabbing a quill through her heart. Just one strike to her blackened heart is all that it takes, and only then will the siren fall. But you will have to do that while navigating through the whirlpools that the Tident will cause. Its vortexes can be so powerful that it could drown an entire island. That is why I will ensure that none of the violent tides reach any of the islands. Yep. Fending off Syrath and her murderous puppy sounds totally possible. I have all the confidence. You will sail east until you reach the Cursed Current. When you arrive, Syrath and the Tident will be there waiting for you, and then the timer will begin. With that, Nataladia disappeared into the sea. The crew sailed forth, guided by Gaia, ready to take on Syrath. As you know, we must pass through the Phantom Tide. Don't look any ghosts in the eye. We can't waste time getting into fights with them this time. So, what's to happen after we defeat Syrath? Where will you go? I'm not sure what'll happen after this. My dream has always been to stay close to Darlai, but surely the sight of me would scare humans away. It usually does. I doubt it. My friend the Green Bean God brought back everyone's memories of magic. Now practically everyone knows you magical bozos exist. Heck 'em if they hate you. We'll be outcast together and we'll go on grand adventures that they'll never have the pleasure of experiencing. I'd like that very much. After 3 suns, and on the night the golden moon beast rose, they finally reached the Cursed Current. Gaia disappeared, and on the outside of the Cursed Current, Nataladia waited, keeping guard, ensuring that no wild tide would reach any of the surrounding islands. She's coming. She knows we're here. I don't suppose you have any last-minute plans, do you? Last I checked, fighting these brutes was your idea. How about you give us a plan, yeah? Right. Alright. If a vortex is to be spun, the ghoul will steer us and keep us steady around its brim. That way we don't get pulled down. I'll keep the Titan distracted while you handle Syrath. As soon as you have one of her quills in your possession, you call for me. Got it? I don't suppose you gathered any of that, did ya? Suddenly, the ship began to rock, rain poured from the sky, and the sea bellowed loudly. Whatever you do, do not let your guard down. Raz, there's one thing we didn't take into consideration. What? How do you expect me to fight a siren without a weapon? I suggest getting one of those quills as soon as possible then. Oh crap. Then under a tornado of black magic, the siren appeared.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't show up. I thought you'd be too scared.
Yeah, well, you left me no choice. Walking about with half of a soul is quite uncomfortable.
I wouldn't know. A pathetic pirate, a ghastly ghoul, and a walking curse. Do you three really think you have what it takes to defeat me?
I know we can.
No, you can't.
What makes you say that? Don't.
You can't defeat me, because if you do...
It's now or never, now go!
Tridentra, rise!
With two simple words, a great monster rose from the depths of the ocean. A monster made of dark matter and sea life, a mutation unlike anything ever seen before.
Spirit Ceasyra!
With another simple command, the Titan then began to spin the sea with one swift motion. The ghoul used her magic to keep the ship steady, all while keeping an eye on Calypso, and from there, the fight had begun. With each and every powerful wave that threatened to sink an entire island, Nataladia warded it off, keeping human, sea, and Fae life safe from the Titan's wrath.
Raz, one hit and it'll destroy the ship. No, it won't.
Raz ignited her magic and slammed both of her palms into the floor, coating the entire ship in magic, taking Syrath by surprise. With her pure magic, Raz was able to enchant the ship, covering it in a protective layer that Syrath and Tridentra couldn't break.
There. We don't have much time. Cast all the spells you may. You will never defeat me.
Then with her dark and terrible magic, Syrath made the sea rage. She picked up a current so strong that it immediately spun into a terrifying vortex.
She and the sea are far too strong.
Yes, but we are stronger.
Calypso, turn around.
Calypso turned around and she was faced with the very spirits of her friends and the new faces of the others she had previously come in contact with in the Phantom Tide.
What are you doing here?
Your crew has found peace, and now they stand with you.
Where do you need us, Captain? Half of you study the ship and protect the sail. The rest of you keep Syrath distracted.
Every body, every soul, and every mind came together, joining forces, fighting side by side. Many times Calypso was knocked down, but even if she was struck by Syrath's magic, it wouldn't affect her that much since part of her soul was already gone. But with each and every passing moment, Calypso's soul was slowly slipping away.
I warned you, Calypso. You're too weak to face me.
Syrath took out one of her long and poisonous quills, ready to strike Calypso down. But then...
Calypso, watch out!
The ghost intervened just in time, blocking Calypso from being pierced by Syrath's quill.
I know those eyes.
I didn't think you could recognize death. What a surprise.
How are you here?
I was once captain of Daybreak, and now I am the captain of the Phantom Tide. I protected this girl when her life began. You bet I'll be protecting it even in death.
Mother?
It was you all along. I promise we'll have time to catch up. But for now, we have a Titan and a Syren to defeat. You're going to need this. Once the quill was in Calypso's possession, magic began to encase and transform it into something new. From the far distance, Nataladia used her magic to transform the quill into something new. A sword. Now that is a weapon worthy of defeating a monster. Go take back what is yours. Calypso took off, ready to unleash her fury on the siren.
I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. She's far too powerful.
But by the time the fight became tiring, Calypso began to slow down. But thankfully, she had someone by her side.
You're out of time, Calypso. Give it up. Both the fight and your soul.
You're just like me. Razalith began to communicate with the Titan, because in its eye, she saw something she's never seen before. A soul that yearned for peace.
You don't want destruction. You want to be set free.
Razalith lifted her hand, beckoning the beast to come near, and with much persuasion, he did.
I know how to set us both free. But you must calm the sea.
The whirlpool came to a slow stop, and Tyrantra lowered his head, hoping that what Razalith said was true. By the time Syrath realized the sea had calmed, and her monster is now in favor of her foes, she began to go mad. With the siren distracted, the ghoul leaped into action, wrapping her arms strongly around Syrath, so she couldn't escape.
Calypso, drive it through her heart. I don't want to hurt you. You won't. Time's almost up. Do it now.
She did it. She did it.
You fool. You have no idea what you've done. I just ridded this world of another darkness that will never rise again. You've also ridded your world of something very precious. Where's Razalith? She was just here. She wouldn't just disappear. I know magic works in mysterious ways. And where's the Tident?
The death of a siren comes with the death of her creations.
No. If Raz knew that this is how it was going to end, why would she help me?
She helped you because she loves you. She knew what was at stake, and yet she stood by your side. Now because of her and because of your stubborn determination, all of Syrath's curses are now lifted. Don't be sad because she's gone. Be happy because she is now set free. Although Calypso's heart hurt, Calypso took her spirit mother's words to her soul, now that it had been returned to her.
And you! Why was it not until we were face to face with a monster that you finally decided to talk? What is up with that, mate?
Trust me, it was hard staying silent the entire time. Why did you? It made things more interesting.
What now?
It's time to go home. I know where mine is, but where does yours lie? Well, some of us still belong to the tide. Some may find peace, while the others remain with it. Calypso, your soul is forever tied to the sea, for as long as you wish for it to be. Gaia will forever be by your side and will guide you when you need her. Until fate brings us together again, I will forever be watching over you. When you call, the sea will answer.
Let's go home.
Together, Calypso and her dead crew sailed for many days back home. But their first stop was the Phantom Tide.
You will always be our captain, Calypso. For as long as the Phantom Tide stands, we will forever be with you.
With that spiritual departure, Calypso, the ghoul, and the spirit of her mother set sail for Daralai.
I'm so sorry you never got to know me. Well, we have time now. What were you like?
I was a lot like you, full of spunky determination. I defied the rules of what a captain should and shouldn't be. Not a day has come by that I don't think of you or your father. What's allowed you to still be here, like this? I'm not sure. When I awoke in death, I was bound to the Phantom Tide. I had stayed there for so long that every pirate soul came to me for comfort and guidance. I don't think I can ever leave. Besides, I get to watch you continue to grow. Not to be selfish, but I'd appreciate you sticking around as often as possible. I feel like there's a lot that I need to know that only you can tell me. I'll always be here, as long as you call. By the time the shore was near, it was time to say a temporary goodbye to the ghoul and to her mother's spirit. I'll see you both again, right? Aye, of course you will. Good. I look forward to our next adventure then. Calypso? Leola? I have a story to tell you next time you come about the tide. Promise? I promise. I'll see you later, mate. With that, her mother and her best friend disappeared, drifting far off into the tide, where they will forever stay. Calypso deserved that happy ending. Yes, she did. I'm sure there's a couple of details that I'm missing, but that's how the legend goes, or so they say. But that, my dear, is the daunting tale of Calypso Ceasyra. Did you enjoy it? I think it's one of the most amazing stories I've ever been told. I really appreciate you taking me in and telling me of her adventures. I don't suppose you have more stories you could tell me one day, do you? Oh, darling, I have so many stories to share, but only in time will they be told. Well, I suppose I should head out now. I have a home to rebuild after it was torn down from the storm. I wish you all the luck, darling. You'll always have a home here at the Drunken Fox. Hey there. Hi. You're the stranger that lives on the high hill, aren't you? Yes. Who are you? Just the scum of Darla. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but your house was wiped out by that storm. Gee, thanks. I appreciate the reminder. No problem. I was only bringing it up because I was going to offer to help fix it for you. Really? Thank you. I'd really appreciate that. Alas, do you mind helping me close up the tavern? Welcome home, Captain. What adventures did you face today? Nothing interesting. I was sailing under Heaven's Wrath, catching up with Mum. I assume you were telling the new guy a story. Which one did you tell? You know which one. I bet she enjoyed that one. What can I say? You're a big hit to the Darlinian strangers. Raz? Oh, that disguise was giving me an itch. What's up? Did you switch the maps on my desk? No, I know better than to touch that thing. Why? Look at this. What is it doing? The tide. It's turning. The map is shifting. You know what that means. I'm gonna need a crew. I know you miss them. You're right. I'm sure King Vivalda and the others are ready for our new adventure. You've done well, child. Do you now wish to go into the light? I'd like to stick around, if that's all right. As you wish. Nataladia. Yes? Why did you save my soul on the night the ship wrecked? The force that killed your crew was never supposed to be there. But as you know, I couldn't save everyone. I knew Calypso was going to need you. What force was there in the canyon? It was demon magic casted by Melantha, the Sulfenic demon. But since King Vivalda has since vanquished her darkness, no Aerolite can spin another whirlpool, ever again.